Committee, and it is Wednesday, February 5th. This morning we have with us Vermont Veterans Home, Melissa Jackson and Stephen McClafferty. And welcome, and please introduce yourself for the record and take over. Thank you.
Morning. I am Melissa Jackson. I am the CEO of the Vermont Veterans Home. And Stephen, would you like to introduce yourself?
I'm Stephen McClafferty. I'm the finance director here at the Vermont Veterans Home. Thank you.
And Asa Morin, Asa Whitcomb, our COO, has just joined us. Asa, would you like to introduce yourself for the record, please?
Yes, I am Asa Whitcomb, and I can never get my Zoom name to change correctly. I'm the Chief Operating Officer at the Vermont Veterans Home, and I'll just let you know ahead of time I have to excuse myself at 11:15.
Okay. So we are here to talk about our FY 26-27 requests, and we have two. The first one is the R22 phase out of R22 refrigerant. This has been required by the EPA. So we must replace 80 of our air handlers that are associated with our geothermal. And we anticipate this cost to be $730,000. And obviously we need to replace these air handlers so that we have heat and air conditioning for our residents. Any questions on this one?
Troy?
I'm going to ask the same question so ahead of time. So just know that this is everything. We give you 730. That finishes the job.
Yes.
Okay.
And Will?
Yes. I'm sorry, did you say 30,000 or I'm sorry, 730. That's why that didn't make sense to me. Thank you. Sorry about that.
And is the work's ready to go? Like, do you have an anticipated timeline on this?
There's a lead time of up to several months to order the air handlers, but once the money's approved, we'll order them and they can be installed. So,
like within the fiscal year?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And Gina?
How many of these units are actually at the end of their life cycle with the current R22 410 replacement that actually have to get replaced for functionality? And how much of the refrigerant are we recapturing to put into existing systems so we can keep them going?
I would have to get back to you on the recapture. I believe we're moving away from the R22 because we cannot use it anymore.
Yeah,
But I know before they talked about they were recapturing it at some places and then moving it to other places so that you could keep those units going.
Lisa, go ahead.
So we have already been using units in non-resident areas to scrap for parts and different ways to make the most critical units functioning. But we're at a point where we can no longer get the refrigerant or the parts for the units themselves because they are at the end of their life cycle.
For any of them? So all of these 80 units have to be replaced because you can't keep them going, like, in what timeline?
This is a critical project at this point.
Right, but what's the timeline?
Well, they fail intermittently on a consistent basis, and our HVAC specialist keeps us up to date with the fact that he's getting to the point where he's not going to be able to swap out parts anymore. I mean, we can't predict exactly when they'll fail, but they're consistently failing.
If you could just get us a breakdown of what, like critical, medium, not so critical, that would be great.
All of the units are critical, but we can get that for you. These units have been I've been here 15 years, and these units were put in 5 years before I got here. So they've been in place for about 20 years.
Right, but I mean, just sort of like imminent failure, something like that. So we've got some sort of prioritized list.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Hold on, I'm writing myself a note. All right. And our other request is for our laundry facilities. This is a request for $420,000. Our laundry equipment is at the end of its life and needs to be replaced. Our current laundry room sits on the second floor of our boiler room. And due to the weight of the new equipment, the structure that the laundry room is currently in will not be structurally sound for the new equipment. So we need to relocate our laundry room and to allow for the new equipment. So providing the building upgrades and the purchase of the equipment, and the equipment will have a functional life of greater than 20 years. So.
So we're talking about all new washers and dryers.
Yes. Yep. Energy efficient washers and dryers. We've got, definitely looking at how we can.
Yeah, Gina.
Yeah, what's the chance that you could upgrade the equipment to the combo washer and dryer, and then you wouldn't have to do the building upgrade?
Due to the regulations that follow nursing homes, they have to be separately washed and dried.
Joe?
How many units are in question?
It's 3 washers and 3 dryers.
Is that what you meant? Or were you?
Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
Okay.
Well,
Just out of curiosity, Melissa, when you just said nursing home regulations, are those state or federal regulations you're referencing?
Both.
Both.
They're both.
Connor?
Yeah, sure. And out of the 420, how much is equipment and how much is the upgrade to the actual room?
I have to get that breakdown for you. Stephen, do you have the quote for the washers and dryers in front of you? I do not have that in front of me, unfortunately. I forgot to
I
quote
don't
it.
have it either, but if I can remember my conversation with Ace, I think it was like 35 to 40 grand for each, but I will find that for you.
Great, thanks.
35 to 40 for each washer and 35 to 40 for each dryer. Okay.
Yes, I believe that's
Yes.
accurate.
So that's 6 units, right? So 3 and 3?
Yes,
Is that what you said?
yes. I'm digging through my email quickly as we're talking.
That's nice. It's almost 200,000.
How big are these things? They're really big.
They're large. We do an exorbitant amount of laundry here.
It's like for linens and stuff, like in a hotel.
Yes, as well as patient laundry.
Yeah.
Yep.
When we get the breakdown, can we get a picture of a couple of the units too? Just so we can understand scope.
Give us some context. Thank you.
Yep.
Did you finger up again or?
I did.
Okay, Gina.
What's going on with the existing washers and dryers?
So they are getting close to the end of their useful life. Very hard to find parts for replacement. We're limping along. We do have 1 washer and 1 dryer down, so it makes it very difficult to keep up with the laundry. And especially, knock on wood, we haven't had it, but you get neurovirus in a facility such as this, you're doing a lot more laundry than you do on a regular basis. So.
Okay.
I just saw that. Where did it go? Of course, I can find my invoices for everything else but that. Any other questions?
Yeah, got another one, Gina.
Sorry, one last one. Have you been working with BGS at
Yes.
all? Okay, cool.
Yeah, we
On
work
the
closely with
R22.
Sabrina. She is great. Can't say enough great things about Sabrina.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
Good morning, Melissa and Steve. Sorry I was late in getting in for all of your testimony, but I probably know it better than, or I've heard it, I should say.
Good morning, Representative Morrissey.
I just found a quote from July of last year from Daniels Equipment Company.
Right.
And the two washers, and these are two 90-pound washers, are 26,000 each for a little bit over 52,000. There's a 135-pound washer, and that's 35,000. And a 40-pound washer, which is $11,000. And those three, total along with factory freight and delivery and setup is $103,000, $103,505.50. That does not include any construction.
Right, and we were talking about going with, we're only gonna go with 3 of the washers, I think was the bigger 3.
And
Yep.
then you had dryers.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yep.
That were on that.
And so do you have plans and such for the construction of this new facility, and just not a facility, but new area?
We have some rough drawings that would all obviously have to go out to bid, but yes. So our environmental services director has been working closely with BGS, and we feel that the figure that they have provided would cover the cost of the equipment as well as the area needed for the washers and dryers.
So the number that you have for construction is something you came up with in consultation with BGS?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Anybody have any questions, right, Smith? You can continue.
Those
Or
are
are
the
you
two.
done?
I'm
Troy?
done.
Okay. Oh, so thank you. Then we have some thinking to do. Then and if you can get us like Joe had asked for a picture so they can understand the size and scale that this isn't like a regular laundry. And then maybe if you have your drawings or something to understand better, or square footage, something that tells us a little bit more about your construction project, that'd be great too.
Okay, we can do
Appreciate it. And that's it. We appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you
So much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Thank you.